My name is Lisa Harper, and I'm 28 years old. A few weeks ago, I inherited my grandmother's Victorian mansion. What I didn't expect was how this inheritance would tear my family apart, leading to betrayal and a fight for justice. When I first walked into the house after the inheritance was finalized, I felt both nostalgia and sadness. The house reminded me of Grandma Rose, who had raised me after my parents passed away when I was 6. She had always said the house was special and needed to be cared for. I was honored she left it to me. Grandma was clear in her will. Lisa understands the value of this house. She will protect it. For the next week, I worked on unpacking and organizing, trying to revive the home she loved. I even set up an art studio, something she had always encouraged me to do. But something didn't feel right. My brother Nathan hadn't called since the funeral. He'd left home at 18, focused on wealth and status, and only visited Grandma when he needed money. I thought he wouldn't care about the house, but deep down, I suspected otherwise. One evening, there was a knock at the door. Nathan stood there in a tailored suit, holding a cup of coffee, his smirk putting me on edge. "Lisa," he said, pretending to be warm. "Long time no see." "Nathan," I replied cautiously. "What are you doing here?" He walked in uninvited, glancing around like he was appraising the place. "Just wanted to see how you're settling in," he said casually. "It's been years since I've been here." I stayed guarded. "I'm managing fine." Nathan's tone changed as he trailed his fingers along Grandma's antique table. "This house is a lot to handle. It's expensive to maintain. Why don't we sell it and split the money?" That's what Grandma would have wanted. I stared at him in disbelief. Grandma left this house to me because she trusted me to care for it. I'm not selling it. His smirk faded, replaced by cold anger. "You're being stubborn. You can't expect me to just walk away." I held my ground. "If you have a problem, take it up with her will." She made her choice. His face darkened. "You'll regret this," he said quietly before walking out. For a few days, I hoped he would let it go. He had his life, his money. What did he need the house for? But my hope was short-lived. One morning, I received a letter from a law firm. Nathan was contesting the will, claiming Grandma had promised the house to him and accusing me of manipulating her. My heart sank. He wasn't just challenging the inheritance, he was rewriting her wishes. I spent the day searching for a lawyer and found Karen, a small-town attorney with a calm but determined demeanor. After hearing my situation, she reassured me, "If your grandmother's intentions were clear, we'll fight this. But it won't be easy. Nathan has resources." I knew this would be a long battle, but I couldn't let Nathan destroy Grandma's legacy. She trusted me, and I was determined to honor her wishes. A week later, Nathan's wife, Olivia, showed up unannounced. She arrived in a sleek black car, dressed in a designer outfit with oversized sunglasses and bright red lipstick. When I opened the door, she smiled in a way that felt more like a warning than a greeting. "Lisa," she said, her tone dripping with fake sweetness. "I thought we should talk." I folded my arms. "What do you want, Olivia?" Without waiting, she stepped inside and glanced around with obvious judgment. "Nathan told me about the situation. Selling the house would be the smart thing to do. You know?" "I'm not selling the house," I replied firmly. She sighed dramatically. "This isn't just about you, Lisa. Nathan deserves his share. Don't you think that's fair?" I clenched my fists. Nathan only cared about this house when he wanted money. "Don't lecture me about fairness, Olivia." Her smile disappeared, replaced by a cold glare. "You'll regret this," she said before slamming the door as she left. The following week, Nathan brought our cousin Megan into the fight. Megan, always jealous of the attention Grandma gave me, eagerly supported him. Karen, my lawyer, called with an update. "They're planning to use Megan as a witness," Karen explained. "She's claiming Grandma promised the house to Nathan in private." "That's a lie," I shouted, my hands shaking. "I know," Karen replied, "but we'll need to discredit her. If the judge believes her, it could be a problem." The betrayal stung, but I knew confronting Megan wouldn't change anything. She was as manipulative as Nathan. At the court hearing, my nerves were on edge. The courtroom was intimidating, with its high ceilings and dark wood. Nathan sat smugly at the defendant's table, Olivia beside him, her expression stiff and calculated. Megan avoided my gaze as she waited to testify. Nathan's lawyer, Victor Lang, started with a polished argument, painting Nathan as responsible and me as manipulative. He claimed Grandma's will was influenced by confusion or pressure. Megan took the stand next, confidently spinning her false story about Grandma's private conversations. Karen, however, dismantled her claims piece by piece. Megan, Karen began, her tone sharp, how often did you visit Grandma in her last years? Megan hesitated. I called her often. Karen raised an eyebrow. Records show you only called her twice last year. Care to explain? Megan stammered. Well, I was busy. And did she ever write down these supposed promises to Nathan? Karen pressed. No, Megan muttered, her confidence crumbling. No further questions, Your Honor, Karen said, stepping back. Nathan's team tried to make me seem financially unfit to maintain the house, but Karen had prepared me well. When I took the stand, she guided me through my testimony, helping me explain Grandma's trust in me and her clear intentions. Karen's final move was presenting Grandma's journal and letters. The courtroom went silent as she read excerpts proving Grandma's decision to leave the house to me and her concerns about Nathan's greed. Karen also introduced adoption records, revealing Nathan wasn't Grandma's biological grandson, which further weakened his claims. By the end, Nathan's case was in ruins. Karen's evidence was airtight, and even Nathan's lawyer seemed to have given up. The judge delivered his verdict. The evidence overwhelmingly supports Lisa Harper's rightful inheritance of the property. The challenge to the will is dismissed. Relief washed over me as the courtroom emptied. I had fought for Grandma's legacy and won. Nathan and Olivia left without a word, their smugness replaced by defeat. I let out a deep breath of relief, but the judge wasn't done. Mr. Nathan Harper is guilty of fraud for selling family heirlooms and falsifying claims to the estate. He is ordered to repay all funds from these sales and will face legal penalties for his actions. Nathan's face turned pale, Olivia looked furious, and Megan fidgeted nervously, avoiding eye contact. The judge added, ownership of the Victorian mansion is restored to Lisa Harper, effective immediately. When the gavel struck, I felt a wave of relief and gratitude. Tears filled my eyes as I looked at Karen, who smiled and said, We did it, Lisa. Justice won. Nathan was escorted out, his confidence shattered. Olivia followed, her anger clear, and Megan slipped out quietly, avoiding everyone. The first thing I did was return to the Victorian mansion. Walking through its doors, I felt a sense of peace I hadn't felt in months. The stained glass windows lit up the floors like a welcome home. With Karen's help, I used the funds Nathan owed to restore the house. I hired a local team to repair the damage, and each fix felt like a step toward healing. Neighbors who had known Grandma stopped by to congratulate me. Mrs. Henderson, Grandma's friend, brought a photo of her smiling on the porch. She would be so proud of you, she said with tears in her eyes. I framed the photo and placed it in the living room as a reminder of Grandma's love and strength. Months later, the mansion was fully restored. My art studio thrived, and I began hosting gallery events to honor both my work and Grandma's legacy. Nathan's fraudulent actions ruined his reputation. Olivia left him, unwilling to deal with the aftermath. Megan avoided family gatherings, too ashamed to face anyone. I realized this fight wasn't just about the house. It was about preserving the love and values Grandma passed on to me. Her trust gave me the strength to stand firm when everything seemed against me. Now, as I sit on the porch with tea, looking at Grandma's garden, I feel nothing but gratitude. This house isn't just a home. It's a testament to love, resilience, and justice. It will always be hers and mine. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. We love hearing your thoughts, so let us know in the comments below. And if you haven't already, hit the notification bell so you never miss a new story. Stay tuned for more exciting content, and as always, thank you for your support. See you in the next video.